Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the digital asset investor, and the market is pretty boring, but it's come up, XRP's come up to 314, but the market's boring. Now I want to remind everybody that when the market is boring is when you position yourself, which is what I've done. Caleb and Brown is one of the institutional custody, the platforms with institutional custody that I use. They use Fireblocks. I have positioned myself. I get free institutional custody, I get an actual broker I can speak with, and I get the liquidity for an exit when and if I'm ready. You can go to xrpwealth589.com. If you'd like to open an account, it'll forward you to my page here on Caleb and Brown. Then you just click the sign up today button. I thought it was important to give a tribute to Bitcoin Ethereum Desk on since today is Ethereum's birthday. So I went and got the screenshots of some of their recent thumbnails, and you'll notice a pattern here. They prop up Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they take shots at XRP and Ripple at every single turn. Imagine propping up Joseph Lubin while taking shots at Chris Larson. Pitiful. Now, I think I want to be rich and depressed. Listen to this. They're talking about Bitcoin because they're Bitcoin maxis. I was blocked by this chick a long time ago for telling the truth.
I don't actually like the term Bitcoin fixes things. I think people fix things, and people with Bitcoin can fix things, but it requires people to go out there and do that. If you've made FU money, I believe you should get out there and do something with it. And I see a lot of people have made their money and they're kind of drifting into the shadows a little bit, trying to kind of park themselves away from the limelight. And I think we should be doing the opposite. And so I think, well, that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to fix a community, a lot of problems we've had in Bedford. And I think more people should be doing that. There's this scenario with Bitcoin that Thomas Pakia from PubKey talks about. He said he sees a scenario where we all end up rich and depressed. And I understand the sentiment. What he's trying to say is that Bitcoin doesn't deliver on the goals we all talked about, which is financial freedom for everybody. And really, you just get all the centralized Bitcoin in these Bitcoin treasuries, and a lot of people get really rich and end up depressed because we didn't deliver on the, on the mission. Now, I don't actually agree with him. I've got an entirely...
Maybe because you weren't straightforward about what Bitcoin is and what it is not. I plan on being XRP rich, happy, and stress-free. That will be where I'm headed. $1.3 million bet was placed on Polymarket that the Fed will keep interest rates unchanged today. I think BlackRock said they think they're going to keep them unchanged too. That seems to be where we're going. Doesn't matter in the long term. White House crypto report does not include details about the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Somebody might need to do a wellness check on Michael Saylor and also on Max Kaiser. He says, as predicted, Trump is still on level 2 of 5 Bitcoin awareness. I love Bitcoin. Buy my Bitcoin, my shitcoin stablecoin. So here's where he says Trump is. But Trump needs to, according to him, needs to get to Bitcoin's a medium of exchange, Bitcoin's a store of value, 5 hyper Bitcoinization. So I added to this and I said he needs to be on level 6, which is put Bitcoin on the XRP ledger to solve all of its problems. This is adult talk. You don't hear that from Max Kaiser. Trump crypto report. I don't know where this is coming from, but they're saying these are the high points. Calls for SEC, CFTC cooperation. Pushes safe harbor sandboxes to speed up DeFi innovation. Supports fast rollout of Genius Act. Reveals strategic Bitcoin reserve built from seized Bitcoin. Wants IRS to clarify rules of mining, staking small crypto transactions. Suggests crypto access for 401k and mortgage assets, pushes for bank chartered access, and clear margin rules for firms, and SEC lawsuits dropped. Coinbase, Ripple, Binance under new leadership, DOJ crypto enforcement units dismantled. And then there was this one. The upcoming White House crypto report will propose a de minimis capital gains exemption for everyday Bitcoin transactions. I'm assuming that's only going to apply to these big corporations. I've always thought they're going to need the XRP transactions to be tax-free or close to it for it to all make sense and for it to be completely frictionless. And by the way, Bitcoin News says for exemption for everyday Bitcoin transactions, I corrected them, not Bitcoin, it says digital assets. Isn't that the kind of PR BS we've been served up for over a decade? Here's the Treasury Secretary. Innovation fuels American spirit, but it needs forward-thinking regulation to thrive. POTUS is providing certainty entrepreneurs and investors need. In the Washington Post, I discuss how positioning the U.S. as the crypto capital of the world. And here it says, the roadmap to making America a crypto superpower. In the future, there will be no line between our bank account and our crypto wallets. It's going to happen faster than most people think. This is Matt Hogan. Direct bank to wallet connection. That's the JP Morgan Coinbase deal. And then here's a good reminder. Wolf of Wall Street says Ethereum two-time long XRP ETF surpassed 300 million net inflows this week. First U.S. XRP ETF to break 300 million net inflow threshold. Imagine what would happen if it was spot ETF. Well, listen to this.
Down the road, I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. But let's say spot XRP ETFs are approved. Could this actually hold the spot crypto asset itself in XRP?
The way the prospectus is worded is yes, we can hold just about any XRP instrument we deem appropriate.
Okay, and I alluded to.
You're going to see the spot ETFs come, and you're also going to see this. In-kind creation redemption has been approved for both spot Bitcoin and spot Ethereum ETFs. The coming approvals for altcoin ETFs likely going to allow in-kind from the get-go. More movement in the right direction, in my opinion. And then this is from Smoke. Watch what they do, not what they say. Listen to this little clip.
And just to rub in the point that what you hear in the press is not the reality. This is the update of the BlackRock ETF, which is called IBIT, the Authorized Representative List. And we thought this was fascinating because in the same week that Goldman Sachs' CIO said there's no purpose to any of this, Goldman Sachs was signing up to be one of the most important partners for BlackRock in the launch of the Bitcoin ETF. And you have to smile because either the CIO of Goldman Sachs doesn't know what she's talking about, or Goldman Sachs is talking out both sides of their strategy at the same time. And we think it's the latter, but it does make you smile. And Citibank the same, by the way.
Folks, what he just described is the last decade of crypto. Because of the Bitcoin and Ethereum regulatory free pass, you have not seen the real crypto market. That's just one side of it. But the other side is what he was just talking about. And that is these people talk their book. Until you get regulation, all these huge companies, they've been accumulating all this stuff for the last decade while they've been talking it down so that they could accumulate and scare everybody, scare the prices down while they accumulate. What do you think is going to happen once these guys finally are able to legally offer it to their retail customers and they've been accumulating for the last decade? They're going to flip the switch on the Wall Street PR machine, and they're going to be I'm telling you, you're going to be wrapped in crypto commercials. And once these digital assets have their commodity designation, you're going to see, you know how you see gold commercials all the time on TV? Well, gold's a commodity. Once these things are commodities, you're going to see commercials out the wazoo about buying all these different digital assets, because with that commodity designation, there's nothing holding them back. With regulations, there's nothing holding all of these people back. You are about to be bombarded with advertising, and it's not you really. Anybody listening to me at this point, you've been into this XRP thing for a long time, most likely. But the hordes, the sheep, they're going to start being advertised too. They're going to start piling into all of this. It's very easy to see where all of this is going, folks. This is not difficult stuff to figure out. It is on like Donkey Kong, and that legislation is going to pass in either September or October. And when it does, if you were around during the .com boom and bust, you're going to see something like you've never seen. I would say .com times 100 minimum, maybe times 1,000. Okay, we're going to go into DAIXRP.com. That is the Patreon. If you'd rather join through YouTube, click join below any of these videos, or you can hit the subscribe through X to join. We're going to celebrate Ethereum's birthday, the true way, not the way you see it from all the Ethereum Bitcoin maxis. We're going to show you the truth of things. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.